I have been under NSA surveillance for the past 8 months, and how can that qualify me as a fugitive on the run when I've also had a detail from Space Force that was following my every move?
We are in Salem, Indiana. A woman named Dan Anderson, 38 years old, is in court today. She is charged with 3 serious crimes: murder, child neglect causing death, and obstruction of justice. 2 years before this, a hunter was walking in the woods about 9 miles from Salem. He found an old suitcase. When he opened it, he found the dead body of a little boy, Cairo Jordan, only 5 years old. Doctors examined Cairo's body and found that he died because he had no water or food for a very long time. His body simply gave up. Police wanted to talk to his mother, Dan Anderson, but she had already run away before they could find her. For 2 years, no one knew where she was. Then police got a tip. They found her living in Arcadia, California, far from Indiana. Her fingerprints matched things found inside the suitcase. That was enough proof. She was arrested and brought back to Indiana. Now she stands in court, alone, with no lawyer, waiting to find out if she will be given.
Do you intend to hire a lawyer?
I want to file a motion for self-representation.
You understand if you do that, you are required to conduct yourself as a lawyer, to abide by the rules of evidence, to abide by the rules of procedure.
I do understand. I have a master's in history.
That doesn't give you a law degree, though.
But I do understand how to read procedures.
All right. Just because you represent yourself, that doesn't ensure yourself of a good lawyer, you know.
That's a personal opinion, but I understand.
With that settled,
With the charges now clear, Judge Medlick turns to the next big question. Will Dan Anderson be allowed out on bond? Or will she stay behind bars?
Ms. Hunt, what's the state's position?
First of all, it's almost a 2-year mark of officers locating this little boy in the woods. So I would argue that the defendant has been a fugitive since that time. I think that raises any bond in a murder case to be something of the utmost importance and should be of an amount that should be very difficult, if not impractical, for her to be able to afford, or I feel she will be abscond from this court.
Ms. Anderson, you just made an objection.
Yes.
State the basis of your objection.
The basis of my objection is the fact that I am not a fugitive. I have been under NSA surveillance for the past 8 months, and how can that qualify me as a fugitive on the run when I've also had a detail from Space Force that was following my every move? When I contacted...
All right. Let me tell you, that is not a valid legal objection. If you want to represent yourself, you're going to have to learn the rules of evidence and the rules of procedure, because if you conduct yourself like this and make these types of objections, you have no chance in the world, lady. So, objection overruled, but I will let you make argument in regards to bond.
My argument is that I have been under surveillance by NSA for over 8 months. I also contacted Indiana State. I think it was a federal marshal that I called to have my location tracked to pick me up.
Well, that's sort of interesting, because it's my understanding Officer Busick has been in touch with almost every one of those agencies, and they haven't been able to identify your location until recently. So I'm going to set your bond at no bond. And that if Space Force comes forward and tells me that they're willing to monitor you, we'll take up the issue of bond at a later time.
Dan Anderson will not be getting bond. She will remain in jail as her case moves forward. She has also not yet said whether she is guilty or not guilty. If the court finds her guilty of all charges, she could spend up to 65 years in prison, meaning she may never walk free again. For now, the case continues. And for little Cairo Jordan,